This time we're graphing a cotangent graph. And you see we have a negative there in front. So cotangent, we're going to use these key points. The circled ones would be the vertical asymptotes. The other ones that are not circled, those are considered the x-intercepts, where the graph crosses the x-axis. So we need to first start by running out our key points for cotangent, and then I have to look at what is the transformation telling us to do here. In this case, I have a minus pi over 2. The negative there, that means that the graph is moving opposite direction of this. Instead of moving it to the negative direction, we're actually moving it to the right. So anytime you have a minus sign, you're moving it opposite direction, moving it to the right. So because of that, what we're going to do is we're going to take all of the original key points that we have, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the opposite operation for this. They all get shifted to the right, which means I need to add my key point, or add this 1/2 to all my key points, and that's going to give me my new key points. So first, we'll start by running out all of our original key points. Okay, so I have that one. The first one, 0, is circled. Pi over 2, I have pi, that's circled. 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. These are all my original key points that I have for my cotangent graph. What I'm going to do to this is, since they're moving all to the right, I'm going to add pi over 2. We do the opposite operation of what you see inside here. I'm going to add pi over 2 over here. Add pi over 2 there. Adding pi over 2. I'm going to do that to each key point. By doing that, that's going to shift all of my key points over to the right in amount of pi over 2. When I do that, I get pi over 2 here. I'm going to circle that one. That's going to be my new vertical asymptote. Add these together, you get pi. Pi and pi over 2, that's 3 pi over 2. Add these together, you're going to get 3 plus 1 is 4 pi over 2, or you get 2 pi. This one here is going to have a vertical asymptote. And then the last one, when you add that together, 5 pi over 2, and that's going to be a vertical asymptote there. The ones that are inside here, these are the ones that get that's the x-intercept. When I draw this one, I have pi over 2. So normally, originally, I had that graph starting at 0, and now the vertical asymptote got moved over to here, got moved over to the half. Then we go through pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi, 5 pi over 2. So here's my those are my new key points. The ones that were originally circled that I had here, these are the ones that get the vertical asymptotes. So 1 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, and 5 pi over 2. These here, the pi and 2 pi, x-intercept. Now, normally, the cotangent graph, normally, without a negative, would look like a negative cube graph. It would actually fall and look something like that. However, this has a minus sign in front. So minus sign means we're taking the graph and we flip it. So normally, again, the graph would look something like, the shape of the graph itself will look something like this. But we're going to flip that graph like that. So when it flips it, the graph actually is going to do that. So we flip it over the x-axis, or the y-axis, and it's going to make it look like this one. So the graph itself, even though it's a cotangent graph, this graph is actually going to be in the same direction as a regular tangent graph. And again, what did that was the negative sign in front. So normally I'd be having them go the other direction, but the minus sign actually flips it and it's going this way. We do have 2 full periods here because you're looking at the amount of time it takes the cycle to repeat, and we have 2 of those shapes there, so that would be your 2 full periods.